good evening, everybody. we was we was on the. I ain't gonna hold you. I had to start the live stream, and I was sitting up here getting myself together, and I'm like, man, let me go ahead and start the live stream. I had it started already, so y'all been on the stream starting soon screen for a minute. That's my bad. I got me a new chair, man. No more farting chair. Got me a new chair, man. Y'all stop playing with your boy. You hear me? You hear me? Got me a new chair. You know what I'm saying? New chair on deck. You know? Y'all can't see it all, but you know what I'm saying? Got me a little new chair. Got a little new chair. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, out with the old, in with the new. You feel me? You know, got me a little new chair. The other one hadn't got old. It was old. My family hadn't got it. My family hadn't got it for me. My other one was red and black too. My other show was red and black too. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go with the red and black to match the theme, the Aranya Grande theme. Yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah, got me a new chair today. You know what I'm saying? Went through, did a little something. Hey man, hand pink waving. The thing said hand pink waving. Hey man, good evening everybody. If this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, please allow me to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, I still want to say welcome, but give you a nice hearty, well, thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbits. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. Aranya Grande. That's just Big Spot if you don't hablo Espanol. And you're tuned to another episode of the Intraday Price Action Recap. Hey, man, shout out to everybody. Let me shout out to everybody that's up in here. Right? While I'm shouting out to everybody that's up in here, y'all, I should have had this up and ready already. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is put that over there. Put that over there. I had to come over to Discord. Welcome, yeah, come on over to Discord. Why you came over to Discord, Rhonda? You got something you want to say? Shout out Deborah, who up in here. Shout out, they do not make it easy just to get to what I want to get to. Shout out Deborah, who up in here. Shout out Jim, that's up in here. We got Rhonda Green, that's up in here. We got Scorpion, that's up in here. Let me see who over here on the tube. Who all on the tube, man? Why don't this thing? Here we go. Who's on the tube? We got Here to Learn Share on the tube. We got Felicia over here on the tube. What's going on, man? We got Kim hanging out over there on the tube. We got Honey. What's going on, Honey? We got Honey over there on the tube. You feel me? We got Marco over there on the tube. Derek! What's going on, Derek? Derek ain't seen you in a month of Sundays, man. Where you been hiding at, Derek? Let me pin this at the top of the chat right there. All right, we're going to pin that right there at the top of the chat. If y'all wondering what that is, I just pinned to the top of the chat. I just pinned the link. I pinned the link to today's sponsor. All right. Today's sponsor for Tim's Tidbits Intraday Price Action is Spider Gang Discord. You working way too much, Derek. Today's sponsor for the Discord, for the live stream is And I ain't even showing y'all my screen. Can't nobody see it but the Discord, right? Y'all can't even see the screen. Y'all can't even see the screen. I did all that for nothing. Y'all can't even see the screen. I did all that for nothing. Y'all can't see the screen. All right. More from our sponsors later on today. What y'all got going on today, man? Hey, did Price do anything today or any day this week, that is, not just today? Did Price do anything that just caught you off guard? Did Price do anything that just... I'm taken aback. I did not expect that. Did Price do anything that caught you off guard and you want to take a deeper dive into it? You say like, hey, Tim, this ain't making no sense to me. Why did it do that? You said if Price does this, then it should do that. And I was expecting it to do this and it just caught me off guard. Right? Does anybody have any No, we're just listening to music. Oh, you listening to music? Okay then.
On the YouTube, we're just listening to music.
If anybody speak cheap cell phone, tell me what Rhonda just said. If anybody in here speak cheap cell phone, translate what Rhonda said. All I heard was what did y'all hear? That's what I heard. What did y'all hear? You want to try that again, Rhonda? You want to try that again? What you were saying?
And I
we go. If y'all would like to donate to Rhonda Green's cell phone situation. Somebody said, I thought my internet was tripping. If y'all want to dedicate the Rhonda Green's cell phone situation, we're going to start a GoFundMe. All right, so okay, ain't nobody pull up with no hard hitting questions. So I'm assuming that everybody is kind of on track with what Price been doing. Either that or you're scared to open your yap. Closed mouth don't get fed. Closed mouth don't get fed. If we zoom out, right, let's put it on 60-minute chart so we can get as much stuff in the chart as we can. All the way back over here to this sketchy looking price action, right? This sketchy looking stuff. That's way back. That's way back there. That's back in like around September 2024. That seemed like so long ago. September 2024. That seemed like so long, way back in the day, right? Oh, back there with the dinosaurs. Y'all see that? Can y'all see? I'm in the way. Can y'all see that dinosaur? Y'all see that dinosaur right there? Yeah. Way back in the day with the dinosaurs. You know, on TraderView, when you get so far back, it's a little, I can just move the dinosaur. There'd be like a little dinosaur over there where it ain't got no more data to print. So on the hourly chart, they ain't got no more data to print, so they put a little dinosaur over there, right? That little dinosaur. Oh, I've never seen that before. I ain't know you can click on a dinosaur and see what it says. This is the very beginning. You've made your way through all available data. We hope it was useful. We're also focused on providing you with the most complete data. Learn more Nope, I'm not learning more. I didn't know you can click on the dinosaur and see that. So on the hourly chart, on each chart, it only go back so far. They're only gonna give you so much data on each chart. The higher time frame you go, the more data. I mean, the farther back in time you'll be able to see. All right. So squanching it all the way up, right? You can see that we've just been kind of hanging out here after running out all of this sell side liquidity right here. Right here. We just ran out all this sell side liquidity right here. Right? And so we know that the market has been in a uptrend for a long time. Right? The market is predisposed to going up. Right? The market is predisposed. And if you're wondering why I'm talking like this, I really don't know why I'm talking like this myself. But the market is predisposed to going up. Right? So if you see here, we was coming up. We had some lows over here. And then we had some lows over here. Right? And then we made some lows right here. And then we took those lows out. Right? And then we swept those out. But we didn't take out these lows. Right? So we just going to leave them lows there. Then we made some lows right here. Because we leaving the lows that we never took. Right? Then we made some lows over here. Right? And then we made some lows right here. And some lows right here. And some lows right here. And some lows. And then we came back in this fell swoop right here. Back there on like May 18th. Around that time, somewhere time right before Christmas. You know what I'm saying? 2024. And then we dropped down right here. And we took out all these lows right here. Them lows right there got taken out. Right? And we didn't take this low right here. Then we made a low right there. Right? Then we came back here. And we took that low out kind of quick. Right? So we took that low out there. So we had a low right there. Right? And so we kept going on about this right here. Right? And so we took out, right, that low right there. And then we came back and we took out that low right there. Right? With this low right here. So that low right there took some lows out. Right? And then we got a low right there. Right? And then we got a low right there. Right? And then we got a low right there. Right? You see what's going on here? Right? And then we got a low right there. Then we got a low right there. Right? So we had all these lows here that ain't never been touched. Like all this right here. Right? This is our sell side liquidity right there. Right? This is all this sell side liquidity right here. See, this liquidity ain't been touched. That liquidity ain't been touched. That liquidity there. Ain't none of that been touched. Right? And then ain't none of this right here been touched. Right? None of that liquidity have been touched right there. Right? And what we did right here, we came down right here. We call that right there. We call that right there relative equal lows. Right? That's what we call that there. We call that relative equal lows. Right? Y'all said what we call this right here. We call that relative equal lows. Y'all got that right there? One more time. Y'all say it with me. Relative equal lows. There you go. Right there. Hey, Sherwin. Is Sherwin watching this right here? Sherwin, say it with me, Sherwin. One more time. Say relative equal lows right there. That's what we call that right there. Relative
equal lows.
There you go. Relative equal lows right there. Right? That's what we call that right there. Right? And so we kept on making these lows here. Right? And then when we started dropping here, right, what we did, we worked our way down here. If you notice, we worked our way down here and we took out that low there. Right? We kept on going. We took out that low there. That low. Right? We took out all these low. All these low. We took out that low right there. Look how it's falling. Look how it's coming down. Right? We took out that low there. We took out them relative equal lows right there. Right? We took them out there. And we took out that low right there. Right? And we took out that low right there. And we took out that low right there. Right? And we took out that low right there. So we done came down here and we took out all these low right here. Right? And what's going on, Korean? How you doing, Korean? Welcome on in here. Right? We took out all these low right here. Every last piece of them low. Right? We took out all them lows. Right? And if we go to a high time frame, right, we just gonna come over here to a high time frame. If you don't understand what I'm saying when I say high time frame, you can go to daily, you go to weekly, you go to monthly, any one of them time frame. We're just gonna go to a weekly time frame right now. We're gonna go on up here to a weekly, right? We come to a weekly time frame, and we look at the weekly time frame, right? We took out all them relative equal lows and everything, right? We done came down here, took out all them lows. Right, that we was coming down, we're creating down below this right. Remember all them low, we're taking all them low that was up on all the right here, all them low, right? And then we came down here, and this right here, the low that we just ain't got to yet, right? Because that's the one that had that red line. Remember, it had a red line down there, right? So we looking at that right there, and we say, oh, this right here, that's some internal liquidity. But if we look at the lowest low, that's the lowest low, right there, and that's the high, right? So that's our dealing range right there. We come down here in a discount in our dealing range, and we done took out all these lows over here. So we know what we did. We done came down. We done ran out all this sales side. Right? We done ran out all this sales side with this drop down right here. Right? And when we make a move down there, running down all that sales side, right? We call that evidence of I can't spell it, but they say it's institutional sponsorship. Right? That's institutional sponsorship. Right? Because you see, we come down into a discount. Right? We came into a discount. You know what a discount is? A discount is I know I don't sound like your uncle. Right? I don't sound like your uncle, might sound like me. Right? A discount is when it used to cost a lot and now it costs a little bit. That's a discount. That's what discount is, right? So it used to cost a lot, but now it costs a little bit. That's a discount, right? So we came down to a discount, right? And then we had left some liquidity. We had some equal highs right there, relative equal highs. We left that up there, right? So that's evidence of institutional sponsorship. You see what I'm saying? So we got evidence of so the institution is moving it, and they had to come up here and they had to engineer some liquidity, right? You know what that mean? You know what engineer mean? That's a fancy word for make. Yeah, boy, I'm on it today, but that's a fancy word for make. You see what I'm saying? Right? So we had to engineer us some liquidity up there at the top, right? And so we came down here and we took out see what y'all remember before? That's what them relative equals look like right there. See? That's them relative equals right there. Right? So we came down here and we done engineered some liquidity. And now we down here in a discount. Right? And so since we in a discount now we trying to see what do the market really want to do. Right? Does the market want to keep going down? Or do the market want to go up? Right? And why do we want to know that? Because we at a place where that boy, little Timmy Rogers, he got this long fancy term for it, but I just called it a ARP, right? I'm not going to try to say what he called it, right? But he called it an ARP. That's where he looking for the price to do something, right? And he came down here to this fancy monthly ARP, right? And then he keep telling me, we in between the tail of two cities. I say, Tim, I don't see no two cities. But he say this red box here, that's one city, and this green box here, that's another city, right? This right here is a bearish fair value gap, right? Rawr, grizzly bear, right? Big old black bear. You know what I'm saying? You ever went up there in the mountains? When you go up there, it's this place in Tennessee, right? And you go up there in the mountains, and they got a whole bunch of tall mountains. You know, as a matter of fact, Dolly Parton got a theme park up there. They got a bunch of tall mountains up there. I like that old Dolly Parton. Y'all like that Dolly Parton? Ooh, I ain't gonna get into that right there. But they got a theme park up there, and it's like when you be up there, they have these little bales. It be bales, and you got to put your garbage inside a garbage can that's inside a cage, so the bales don't come get your garbage. Right? I ain't never seen nothing like that before in my life, right? But this is a bear. That's a bearish fair value gap. Bear, right? But this right here, this is a bullish fair value gap. And then he say, just because since we in between these two, we in between the tail of two cities, right? And guess what? That little fella smart. Because ever since we've been in between these two right here, price ain't went nowhere. Price just been sitting in between these two fair value gaps right there. Right? And so if you rushing out there trying to force the market to do something in this area, you liable to get copped up. Right? So you want to wait till price show you what it want to do. Since we in between the tail of these two cities, like that young fella said, that we gonna wait what it want to do. He said, when price get down here to this ARP, right? When it get to this I forgot my line. There you go. When it get to this ARP right here, you wanna on the lower time frame, you kind of wanna karate chop, karate chop. You know what I'm talking about? Korea said karate chop. Yes, sir. Right? And so
like collards.
Oh, but you say collards. She said chopped up. Ooh, I love me some collard. But I like them collard greens. I don't too much care for them. I don't too much care for them mustard greens. Them mustard greens, they be too strong. I like them collard greens. I don't like them turnip greens either. Them turnip greens, they taste a little green. Them turnip greens taste a little green. But them collard greens, yeah, I like them collard. Them collards be good. Yeah. Yes. Oh, hold on. You say from what?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Let me get a deluxe meal with cheese. Deluxe meal with cheese and Get with a cherry coke and get me some macaroni instead of the fries.
Okay. Deluxe meal with
Oh, you on the phone with your mama?
mac and cheese and fries.
Hey, baby.
Hey.
All right. What time Chris gonna get done?
He already done. He in the car.
Oh, he in the car with her. How did it go?
You heard?
All ones and they did good.
They got all ones. Okay, that's what's up.
And ones is good.
You see him with his spiffy tie on? He tied his tie himself.
I see him, Tampa.
It's a bow tie.
It's regular tie, straight tie, regular
I
tie.
saw a lot of people wearing bow ties.
Yeah. Oh, buddy that was mad about the prom moving. He had on a bow tie.
What problem? Oh.
Yeah, they changed the prom, and he said it's overlapping with prior engagement.
Oh, I didn't tell you that either, Mom. Like, it's so sectionals and some band stuff going on that day. So like that's half the school right there.
Oh yeah, you said they put it on the same day as a lot of other stuff. So that's gonna mess up. If seniors doing that other stuff, it's gonna mess people up. And then if people,
And it's right before graduation.
yeah,
I don't think that really having to do with.
I mean, it does. It right now you don't. But then
Oh,
it's
but I think we get out. We gonna be out of school by then. May 30th. Me personally.
You just don't know.
When you gonna be when your last day?
Well, actually, no. We graduate the 23rd, so we should probably still be at school. I know the seniors usually get like the week before,
Yeah,
a week or two
yeah,
before
yeah.
graduation.
Y'all don't go no more. Y'all be done. That's why I asked you when y'all was gonna be
I
finished.
don't know. So I'll probably still be at school.
Yeah. Still gonna have to wake up and take Chris to school though.
Right.
I ain't getting up.
I'll come right back home. I like being up early. Made me feel like I have a whole day. I don't know why. Like it'd be the same amount of time, but when it's dark, it feel like it's less day.
Alright,
I do the same thing. That's why I set my alarm clock to get up.
I'm back. I'm get back on live now.
Get back.
Hey y'all, I done broke character now, so I ain't gonna be able to get back in character now. We had wait, what happened to the other guy who sound like he was uncle? I can't get back in character now. Hey, you know that I saw something about smack your mama. Slap your mama. I like that slap your mama, but I think slap your mama give Calandra a headache. It give her because she like when she first got it, she used to love it. She used to be like, oh man, I put something that slap your mama in. And then she started noticing when she used it, she would get a headache. So she stopped using slap your mama. But anyway, here we go. We here. We just been kind of hanging out here. Like I said before, when we get to an anticipatory reactionary point, personally, I like to see a sweep of liquidity on the lower time frame. Right? I like to see a sweep of liquidity on the lower time frame. That helps me decide if the market ready to make a move. Right? It helped me decide if the market ready to make a move. And now, just like we talked about up here, how the algorithm engineered liquidity here, right? So we engineered buy side and we engineered sell side, right? We created liquidity, right? We came up here, made a high. We came down here, made a low, right? All right, so we made a high, we made a low, right? We made relative equal highs, we made relative equal lows, and then we, right, matter of fact, we made relative equal highs here, right? And we made relative equal lows there, and then we attack the relative equal highs and then drop down and took out the relative equal lows and continued down, right? And we did that over a large amount of time, right? And so just like when I always say, price is fractal, not just vertically, but horizontal too, right? So once we got down here to our anticipatory reactionary point, now you see we're here, right? And what have we done, right? We've created a low and we've created a high. We're down here engineering liquidity, right? Where are we engineering this liquidity at? We're just sitting right there, right? Consolidating. We're consolidating right here, right? And like we had said before, we were right here. We were consolidating. This was roughly around equilibrium of the higher time frame PD arrays, right? You can even see here. This is consequent encroachment of the daily fair value gap, right? And if we go up to our weekly time frame, we're hanging out right there around equilibrium of the week. I mean, mean threshold of the weekly order block, right? On the monthly time frame, right? We're still here at our monthly fair value gap, right? That's our monthly fair value gap that we was talked about, and we touched the high of the wick of the monthly bullish order block, right? This was our bullish order block there, and we kissed the wick, but right now we're still hanging out inside that monthly bullish fair value gap, right? And while we're right here at this area of fair value, right, we're at the 50% of a daily fair value gap, 50% of a weekly PD array, right? We're hanging out here at an area of fair value. What does price tend to do at an area of fair value? It tends to consolidate, right? And we've been chilling here for a little while. We've been consolidating here for a while, right? And now we're starting to engineer liquidity, right? We're starting to engineer liquidity. We have a low there. We created a low, right? We created a high, okay? So now we have formed, we even made a down close candle, right? Remember yesterday what we talked about? We said that the change in the state delivery on the daily was up here. And we said, what changes that, right? If we create new down close candles and take out this low, right? Now that we've created this down close candle here, right? Just say this candle here, if we come down and take out that low, right? If we come down, like, because we went up and now we're coming down, right? If we went up, this is our high, right? And now we're coming down. Yes, we're consolidating, right? But just think about it, right? If we come down this area here and take out that low, right? Now we've taken liquidity, right? And when we come back up, right? That will be our change in the state delivery as of now, right? As of now, if we come take out that low and then trade back above that, that will be our change in the state delivery, right? Or if we come down here, right, and take out that low and create a new red candle right there, right? If we come down here and take out that low and create a new red candle right there, and then we trade back up, then that would be our change in the state delivery for the daily candle. For the daily time frame, right? So now we have a change in the state delivery lower down here, right? Me personally, right, I still would love to sweep that liquidity and go up, but now that the market is engineering liquidity down here now, right, now coming here and sweeping out that low would suffice for me as a liquidity sweep if we was to take that low and then start to come back up, right? Because now we got a high here, right? And if we came down and took out that low, right, now we have a bullish break in market structure there, right, with a change in the state of delivery there, if that is the last down close candle from here. Like we came down here on, just say, today's trade, Friday's trading, and took that out, right, but then and made a red candle right here, right, that's still in the same move there. So the change in the state of delivery would be there, right, because that's in the same move down. But if we create a green candle here and then make a red candle, then the change in state delivery will be on the last red candle over here. Everybody following that, right? So if this candle here turned red and changed and took out that low, right, then the change in state delivery will still be there because that's the same move down, right? Now, one other thing I like to point out to you, okay, how we're engineering this liquidity right here, right? This is what we were talking about before when we was talking about breakers, right? Just say we come over here, just say if this is the low, or maybe even we make another low here, right? If we were to come down and take out that low and that low, that would be two levels of liquidity, right? Strengthening whatever breaker would form right over here, right? Let's just say if this high right there ends up coming down and taking out that low like that and come back up. So now this would be your breaker right at your change in the state delivery. If it was just two red candles coming down, two, even three red candles coming down, right? And that would be an example of 1-2 stages of liquidity being taken out before creating the breaker, and that would make this be a stronger breaker, right? Because the narrative is we're at a monthly anticipatory reactionary point, looking for price to continue bullish because the monthly is bullish, and then we engineer liquidity and then take out 2 stages of liquidity prior to creating the breaker, and now that breaker is a stronger breaker, right? And you got it'll be there right at your change of state delivery, and you could look to trade it off of a first touch, or when it trades away from it, it comes back to it if the narrative is still a bullish narrative. Okay, let's go down. Really no need to go through like all the time frames, because like we said, this was the start of the week right here, and we dropped down and we've just been consolidating here, right? So on Monday, right, we dropped down, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we've just been right here accumulating new positions, right? We've been in this little accumulation phase. We've just been accumulating new positions, right? Are we accumulating long positions or short positions, right? We don't know. We'll find it out when the market makes its move, right? We'll find it out when the market makes its move. Okay, so we're just right here accumulating positions, right? And like I said, I like to see a attack of liquidity before making a move, right? And since we're down here in a discount and the higher time frame is bullish, right, we're getting down here into our more details on this 4-hour time frame, right? And we can see price right here engineering, right? It'd be nice to, and here we go again, like on this time frame here, right? We got a low here, we got that sell side that we have been looking at, right? We come down, sweep that right there, right? That gives us 2 levels of liquidity, right? Price came up, made a high here, came down, made a low, right? And go up. Then right now, all of these candles here, right, will be your breaker. We got consecutive up close candles right there, right? Going up to the high, right? Inside this area here, you went up, you made a high, you came down, right? Made a low, right? And if we came down here, took out both of these levels here, because right now, even if you came here and took out that, this right here would still be a breaker there, right? If it's going to be used as an ICT breaker, that'll be your breaker there, right? You just look at all of this right here as time distortion, right? Because we made a move, hopefully get down there and then come up. But if not, right, take out that, hit that wick of that order block, right, and get back up. Okay, so you're just looking at, we're in a deep discount right now, so we're not trying to pick a bottom, right? Just let it keep sliding, if you want to, and then trade intraday and make your money, right? We're not trying to pick the bottom. We're not trying to say it's, but just if you want to just slip, let it slip, right? Me personally, I ain't trying to put no money in down here, because we could just get caught up in like this daily consolidation, right? This daily consolidation, this is horrible for positions, options positions. If you're buying, if you got the money to hold futures, It ain't this consolidation don't matter nothing. If you're buying shares, right, this consolidation, it ain't hurting your position, right? You know, consolidation not hurting your position. But if you buy an option, consolidation kills your position, right? Imagine sitting through this consolidation right here, right? We already talked about that. We even went through and did the math to see. We did a test of buying over here somewhere and over here and then the whole time you never got back green throughout this whole consolidation there. You was always you got up, and then once you went red, you never got back green, and you were still red because of all this consolidation. And I think we was looking at like a 1 or 2 year position. I can't remember exactly what we did, but we already looked at that. That consolidation kills your position. Right? So we're here and we're just consolidating there. So that and we're in a deep discount, right? We're in a deep discount. So that's why we're not really looking for any reason to like keep selling, right? The only way I would look for a reason to sell, not saying that I will, because the higher time frame is bullish. But if the higher time frame was bearish and we was down here, I would be looking for a retracement up to look for a reason to sell, because we want to sell in the premium and we want to buy in a discount, right? We're in a discount down here, right? I would be looking for, if the higher time frame was bearish, I would look for a retracement up to try to sell. If the higher time frame was bearish, right? What Korean said, just an update. I could have taken my money out today, no harm or foul, but I'm still letting it ride. That's what you do. You go into it with a plan. If you had a plan, right? You had a plan, and if your plan has not changed, you stick it out. Right? If you're, matter of fact, let's go to our personal prayer package. We had our, look at that, the personal prayer package. The personal prayer package is working. Look at that. Here we go. When we made the personal prayer package, right? We were here. This is where we was at when we made the personal prayer package. Right? Matter of fact, let's put the personal prayer package on that candle. Right? That's where we was at when we made the personal prayer package. And now we're down here. Right? We down here. We come down to a daily fair value gap, right? So now that we've come down to this daily fair value gap, right? We've traded down into the daily fair value gap there. That's our daily fair value gap there. That's the last fair value gap there. We've also come into the last down close candle of a bullish order block, right? This is the entire order block here, right? This is the last down close candle of the bullish order block. Now, this order block, right? This order block, right? Its job is to block price from getting to this low, right? This order block's job is to stop price from getting to this low. Now, all we need for our personal prayer package to do, right, is to, let this order block fail, right? Let this order block fail. And we're going to get down there to that low, right? We're going to get this order block to fail and get down there to that low before what you had 2 weeks out, right? You had 2 weeks out. So is it 2 weeks? Yeah, part the Red Sea, right? Part the Red Sea. You know what I'm saying? Part the Red Sea. There you go. Walk through on dry land. Part the Red Sea and walk through on dry land. You know what I'm saying? So 2 weeks out. So we want this to happen relatively quick. Cause once we start getting into that, when you got like less than half, when you just say you buy it for 2 weeks out, once you get into that last week, that theta get ugly. Right? If you buy it 6 months out, like once you get down to them last 2.5 months, that theta get ugly. It start where you need exponential moves. You need like real big volatile long range moves to fight against that theta. You know what I'm saying? So we need this to happen. Rick Ticket is split, right? Like tomorrow. or Monday. If it's gonna part the Red Sea, hey, we need to happen like tomorrow or Monday because we running out of time, right? We running out of time. But the personal prayer package is out there, right? Now this right here, that's just jokes, but this is real, right? We want to see what we up against. Even, no matter what, you know what I'm saying? No matter if you bought it up here, you always want to see what you're up against, right? You want to see what you're up against, right? So right now, this is what's opposing the position, right? Since you're in the position, this is what you want to see. You want to see these PD arrays fail, right? We came down, right? We came down here. We had expansion down with a bearish fair value gap there, right? We hit consequent encroachment of the bullish fair value gap, traded back up, failed to reach the bearish fair value gap, right? Right now, we have a breakaway gap there, okay? We dropped down below the low, right? We came down here, we created a low, right? We created a low, and then we dropped down below that low, right? Failed to get to the bottom of the daily fair value gap, but we traded down inside the order block, right? So now we're at the order block there. This right here is the last line of defense. This order block is the last line of defense for this sell side liquidity, right? It's the last line of defense for this sell side liquidity. Now, we have sell side liquidity down there on the ES. I mean, on the, yes, on the, do we got sell side liquidity down there on the ES? Yes, right. We got sell side liquidity down there on the ES, but this the thing, right? This what you want to think about. This liquidity here on the ES, right? You want to see us trade to this during the New York hours, right? And keep going far enough for us to trade to this, right? Remember, the SPY only trades from 9:30 to 4:15, right? The ES trades 23 hours a day. This is like the same low between the two, right? Over here, right? See here, September 6th and September 6th, this is that same low, right? So you need the ES to engage this over here during regular trading hours, right? What you don't want to see is the ES engage this during electronic trading hours and then never decide to come back to it during regular trading hours, right? During regular trading hours. Because if you notice right now, it's a farther move, right, on the SPY than it is on the ES, right? The ES is a lot closer to that low, right, than the SPY is, but that's the same relative low, and that's because let's put this on an intraday time frame, right? So we go to intraday time frame and we got enough data there, right? And then we change this to regular trading hours, right? So on regular trading hours, right? So for regular trading hours for the ES, right? Let's go to the continuous chart so we can get some good candles. But right now, on the front month, we've already engaged that low during regular trading hours. So we're gonna go to the continuous chart so we can get some good candles here. All right. So for regular trading hour time, right, we've already engaged that low on the ES, right? But I don't even know if it'll show these together. Let's see if I can put them together. Yes. But for the SPY, right? Right. There. Right. So for the SPY, we haven't come to that area there. Right. And that's because the ES, it has movement that the SPY don't have. Right. There's movement, there's price moves that's happening in here that's not happening in there. This is restricted to a very small trading window. Right. So that's why I say you would want to see the ES engage that and get heavy during the regular trading hours, right? Because we've already hit it there during the regular trading hours. So now you want to see it come down into that other sell side liquidity, right? Let me see here. Oh, when I put them up there together, I could have just did that. When I put them there together, it automatically put it on just the regular trading hours. Y'all see that? I just learned something. Right, when I put the ES with the SPY down there, it automatically put the ES on regular trading hours on the daily time frame. Because if I go back to intraday time frames, right? See, I had it on regular trading hours. Change that back to, and see how weird the ES looks when I put it on electronic trading hours, right? It looks funny. You can't see all because it's just gaps and gaps, but it's like other trading in between there, right? There's other trading in between there. And then when I changed it to the daily, see, it automatically put it there. All right. I'm sorry. I got caught up, y'all. I got straight caught up. Right? I got straight caught up. But like we were saying, we want to see that heaviness during the New York trading time. That's when you want to see that heaviness to allow for the SPY to get down there to that sell side liquidity that we're waiting for. Now, if you decide to hold it, if you decide to hold it after that, if your plan is to hold it for longer than that, I got to remove the personal prayer package from the screen. The personal prayer package only gonna work so far. It ain't go. It is gonna go work so far, right? I'm not go like my what you call the eye doctor? The what you call the eye doctor? They anyway, my eye doctor. Optometrist, yeah, my optometrist said, "Hey, look here, Mr. Rogers, this thing right here is calibrated for 20 feet." Right. If you want something, I know you say when you sit in church, you put your glasses on, the letters on the screen still look a little fuzzy. This thing calibrated for 20 feet. If you want something beyond 20 feet, you ask for a miracle. You're asking for a miracle. You know, it's only calibrated for 20 feet. The personal prayer package, you know what I'm saying? The Peter Pop-Off personal prayer package, that's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it the Peter Pop-Off personal prayer package. The PPPPP. The Peter Pop-Off personal prayer package. It's only going to work for so far. Now, back to our regular scheduled program. So, looking at the daily chart, we're still consolidating, right? We're still consolidating. The P5. Yeah, we calling it the P5. The Peter Pop-Off personal prayer package. You got to hit them P's like that too. The Peter Pop-Off personal prayer package. What's up, Trey? Shout out my dog Trey, man. I ain't seen Trey in a month of Sundays. What's going on with you, man? Shout out to Water Boys. Shout out to Water Boys. What's going on, Trey? Hey, so let's look at intraday. Intraday has been like we said, came here Monday. Monday we made a drop, right? We dropped down on Monday. Right? We dropped down on Monday. Boom, big drop. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we just been hanging out in this area right here. Now, the bullish fair value gap was doing a mighty fine job. And then we said now that Wednesday had traded up into Friday's candle, we had to allow for that move right there to show if it was going to be what?
Immediate rebalance.
Yes, we had to show if that was going to act as an immediate rebalance, right? This candle right here, right? It's showing, hey, right now this is acting as an immediate rebalance. Why do we say that? Because we've come down, right? We've dropped down below the low of the fair value gap, and we close very close to the low of the fair value gap, right? We close, meaning we've closed below consequent encroachment of the fair value gap, and this is a sign of weak. Closing below the consequent encroachment is a sign of weakness of this bullish fair value gap. So with that move up and then this move down, closing below that low, right? This is a sign of this being an immediate rebalance. That's acting as an immediate rebalance right now. So since this is acting as an immediate rebalance, right? We don't want it to just hang out in this area. We don't want it to go into just consolidation, right? We want it to take out the liquidity, right? Because an immediate rebalance is one of the stronger algorithmic signatures. So since now we see this, that, okay, will that be an immediate rebalance? Then this coupled with that move, this is showing that yes, this wants to act as an immediate rebalance. Okay. And then we want it to take the low. We don't want it to just fall into a consolidation, right? Because if it falls into a consolidation, then that is no longer an immediate rebalance, right? We're just staying in this range, right? We're just consolidating, right? This right here, because the algorithm, it can give you signatures, but they can step in and stop it from doing what it's supposed to do, right? So, and when they stop it, then it's just going to start working on a new signature. Like, okay, I'm going to work, and it's going to work within whatever range they're holding it in, right? But right now, in between the tail of two cities, right, we got what appeared to be a possible immediate rebalance, right? This right here is like supporting that idea, right? And now we've closed here with the possibility of creating a SIBI that big, and now we've traded up into the low of that candle right there, right? And if you wanted to take out the sell side, what do you want to do first? Go up and take out some type of liquidity, and then come engage the sell side. So right now, this is still supporting that idea, right? Why is that still supporting that idea? Because now that this is supporting the idea that this is an immediate rebalance. When we close down here, right, we want to attack this right here, but we want to engage some liquidity first. So when we trade up and come up here and trade into, well, I don't like we hit it yet, but right, if we come up and trade, yeah, we didn't hit it yet. If we come up and trade into this low here and start to go down, then we're going to be looking for that to be an immediate rebalance, right? And if that acts as immediate rebalance, where do we want it to go? We want to take the liquidity. So if we come down now, we know that this was actually an immediate rebalance, right? That would be the confirmation, right? That would be the confirmation that was an immediate rebalance, right? So if price does this, which is trade back up into the fair value gap on the very next candle, right, and get out of there, we want to see it move away into the liquidity most expeditiously, right? We want to see it move away in a hurry. Okay, we don't want to see it fall here and just start consolidating, right? So now that's what we're watching. Remember, we're bullish on the monthly, right? We're at a monthly PD array. So now here on the lower time frame, this is a daily. Me personally, I'm looking for a sweep of liquidity, right? We've engineered some liquidity. We've created liquidity to sweep on the lower time frame. Now we've created a low, right? So now I'm looking for a sweep of liquidity. Now if we get a sweep of liquidity, right here, sweep that liquidity, right? Let's go ahead and sweep 2 stages. Let's make it juicy, right? But I'm looking for a sweep of liquidity and then some type of displacement to show I'm ready to go. Looking for fair value gaps, right? Looking for change in the state delivery. Looking for hopefully breakers, right? Breaker, and I say hopefully breakers because I want to sweep the liquidity. So if we sweep the liquidity, I'm looking for breakers. I'm looking for change in the state delivery. I'm looking for fair value gaps, right? Okay. And then once we get all that, and then inversion fair value gaps. If we don't create a fair value gap down here, inversion fair value gaps, right? So we'll have inversion fair value gaps. We have breakers. We have fair value gaps. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those signatures that price is ready to go back up. Moving on up to the E. Moving on up, right? This is how you see it in real time, right? Right? This is how you see it in real time. There's no secret formula. There's no magic wand. And price is fractal, right? It's the same thing we just did on these monthly, weekly, and daily time frames. It's the same thing you do on the intraday time frames, right? You find out what's your narrative from your higher time frame. Our higher time frame is the monthly, what we've been talking about, right? That's our higher time frame, the monthly, okay? Right? The monthly is bullish, okay? We're in a deep discount. We're at a monthly discount PD rate, bullish discount PD rate, right? So now we're looking on the lower time frame for a sweep of liquidity, right? This is a daily sweep. This is a weekly sweep, right? Because this is a weekly liquidity pool, right? And we've created a daily one, right? We've created a daily one, right? Sweep of liquidity and then some type of displacement to go along with this monthly institutional sponsorship, right? We see the move to the discount, right? We got the move to the discount. Now, once we get the move to the discount, now we want to see the displacement, change of state delivery, stuff like that, showing bullish, switching to a buy program, right? Want to see it switching to a buy program, okay? And prices fractal. We was kind of in a range to again today, but it was pretty decent for the downside if you were patient, right? This morning, if you was patient, you could have gotten, a pretty nice downside move. And this afternoon, if you were patient, you could have got a nice downside move, right? I participated this afternoon, right, in this afternoon's trading. Over here somewhere, coming down here in this area here, right around this area here, right, coming down this area here. I didn't trust trying to go back to the low, so I just traded back to the fair value gap here, right? I traded on the lower time frame back down into the fair value gap here, right? Because I didn't trust trying to go all the way to the low down there, so I just took it back there. I'm glad I didn't try to trade all the way down there because I see that we didn't make it there. Once I did what I had to do, I could care less. I left, right? But and then this morning, if you were patient this morning, you were able to get a pretty nice move over here in this area here. I was kind of watching the chart still, right? I was kind of watching the chart still, but I wasn't comfortable like taking anything, right? I wasn't really comfortable taking anything because we had traded down into this sell side right there, and I didn't. I got left. Right. I tried. It was this morning. I was trying to get short here. I got left. It left me by like one tick. I think it was. I had put. I was in a chat with Tremaine, and I was like, man, I just got left at the bus stop, right? And it came that dropped down here, right, and took out my target. This was my target here. I was aiming for this low right here, right? I wasn't aiming for the daily low. I was aiming for this low here, right? Just in case it came down there and engineered liquidity on me, right? I was aiming for that low there. Got left at the bus stop, right, on this drop down there, right? And then once I got left at the bus stop there, right, I said, okay, I don't want anything short. And then I got left trying to go long. Now this time I got left by like a whole fair value gap. I was looking at the lower fair value gap. It came to the top fair value gap and then left without me. So it wasn't even nowhere near me that time. And then it traded back up, right? It traded back up without me. And then once we got up here around midnight, I didn't trust anything anymore because we were back up in the range. And based off how we had been trading, I was like, nope, I don't trust anything anymore. Just say la vie, left it alone. Wasn't trying to force nothing, but it actually worked out to be a pretty good day for the short side, right? Actually worked out to be because, and the reason why I didn't trust anything once we came back here, who can tell me why I ain't trust nothing once we come back here? Right? Who can tell me once we came back up here? Who could tell me why I didn't trust anything? Because what? What do we say about this area right here? What do we say about that area right there? Equilibrium, yes. We was like right in the middle of the road, right? We was right in the middle of the road here. So once we came back up to the middle of the road, right, I look over here. That's where we were just been hanging, right? So I wasn't trying to force anything right there. And the New York time frame, it's been doo-doo. Like in the mornings, it's been doo-doo. So I wasn't trying, like, I got left going short, I got left going long, and we were right back up here in the middle of the road. I wasn't trying to force nothing there. Walk away. Hey, it played out beautifully. There you go. Happy for you. Right? So came back later and took advantage of something over here. Right? Didn't trust it back to the low because why? Right? I just did it. I just did it. And the reason why I did it is because we didn't take this low out the last time we came to it. Same reason over here, right? This was the same thought process right here, right? Over here, if you see here, right, this low right there, when we traded down, we didn't take it out, right? And then we came back here, right? We didn't take it out, right? We didn't take out either of these, okay? And then we came back and we didn't take it out. We didn't take out none of these. So as we was trading down here, I didn't make this my target because we had been leaving that low alone, right? I was trying to get here. So if we came down, right, and took this low out, we could have come down, taken that out and go and still not messed with that low, right? Or we could have came down and then did a deep retracement, right, before coming back. That's why they just give it to me right there. Okay, same concept when we was trading over here, right? If you notice, right, that's that low, right? But if you look here, we had already traded down below this low here and bounced all the way back up, right? So we came below this low and then bounced all the way back up here, right? And I was like, okay, I ain't trying to force it to come back to this low because it already ran away here. So when it started coming back down, I was only shooting for the discount fair value gap, right? I was only shooting for the discount fair value gap. And then the first time we came down into the last down close candle of the order block, right? Respected it, dropped down again back inside that order block, right? Dropped down again back inside the order block, respected it, closing back up inside the range, and then start to move back up, right? And now we're moving back up there, right? And that's what that it's the same principle, right? We came down and we didn't hit that low. That low, it ain't just I was expecting that lower low also. I thought it would go down and take the low it left, right? And the reason why this right here is this when y'all hear me be talking about a protected low, right? This has been acting as a protected low, right? This is what I mean when I be talking about a protected low. Protected low, this does not exist in ICT world, right? This is just what Lil Timmy Rogers says when we get a low at a anticipatory reactionary point.
I'm about to go to the gym.
You going to the gym?
Yes, sir.
All right. What time is it? 7:12. Okay. All right. Be safe. Love you. All right. It's a low at a higher time frame anticipatory reactionary point, right? And then when we came here and took this low and then rejected off of it like that right there, right? I was like, okay, I'm not trying to force this, right? So I'm only taking it back here. It could have kept sliding, but when I see this signature like that right there, right, and get that reaction like that, okay, I look at it like this right here. If the algorithm wants a low lower than this, like now, right? Y'all know when y'all hear me say if we take this low, I want to see speed through that low. That's why I say I want to see speed through that low. Because at a time when it's hitting that low, right? If it's hitting that low at a time where price should be expanding still, I want to see speed through the low. I don't want to come here and start faking the funk. All right, so we hit that low at 115, right? We hit this low at 115. Now, let's look at it like this right here. Let's go through, map this out. These 15-minute candles. Let's go down to 5-minute candles, right? So 1250. Okay. Over here to 110. All right, so this is our macro time right here, okay? So inside this macro window here, right, we came up into the imbalance, right? And then we just hung out here for the rest of the macro time, right? Poked above the little high that we made, and then we started to come down after the macro was over, right? So when the macro was over, right, We traded into this low, right? And then, right, price start getting heavy. Once we hit this low right here, see the speed we got when we went below that low right there. And so now coming over here at 818, when we traded into that right there at 818, right? Look how close we are to this low right here, right? There's no reason for price just to stop right here, right now, right? If the algorithm wants that right there, I want to see speed. Like how, see, once we hit this low right here, you see how it got speed through that low? Look at the size of this candle coming through that low. It came from here to there, right? From the highest high to the lowest low on that right there. That's a 28-point candle, right? So it moved 28 points in this 1 minute candle right there. That's a good trade on the NQ. If you trade the NQ a 28-point move, that's good money, right? 28 points, that's over $500, right? That's over $500 on the NQ. If you're trading the NQ, that's a good move, right? So you got speed through that, right? You dropped through, right? You tapped it, and then you got on up out of there, right? This is speed. That's a nice little move. You came here, hung out a little bit, and then dropped. Didn't even try to retrace back to the imbalance. Just dropped, right? That's speed. But once we got to this low right here, right? Once we got to this low right here, once we pushed through it there, it stopped, right? And then it stopped. You ain't got that. It's not. You want to see those long limousines, right? From there to there, you want to see that limousine coming through, right? And so once we got there and we didn't take that low, right? And we started footy-duddying, right? What do we get here? A Judas swing, right? We came here, we hit the low, we start engineering liquidity there, got a Judas swing and went back up, right? That's what I be talking about when I be talking about it's acting as a protected low, right? Will it stay protected and never come back down now? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But at this time, right? At this time, when we traded down and started doing this right here, right? That right there is the reason why once we came over here, I wasn't trying to force this low right there. Right, I wasn't trying to force this low right here because we did not come down to engage that low over there. So since the algorithm was showing me I don't want that low, right, I'm not going to try to force it back down to this low, right, because it already showed me it didn't want to get down here, right? It already showed me that this was the liquidity sweep, right? It showed me that this was the liquidity sweep. Tim, what do you mean it showed you that? Because we came down here below this low right there, we started to engineer liquidity, right? And then we got a Judas swing and we took off and went back up. You see what I'm saying? We got a Judas swing and we took off and went back up. So now, right, we're looking up. And then if you notice, right, if you notice here, once price came back down into this range, right, it came down and filled. Let me do it like this. It came down to the lowest imbalance, right? It came down to the lowest imbalance in the range right there. Right, came down to the lowest imbalance in the range, and then look at the candles here. This one closed slightly below that old low, but look at all the candles right there. It's respecting that old low that we had just swept below. See what I'm saying? We came below there, right? And these are just little signatures that you be looking at when you're trading to say, okay, all right, this is what makes sense. This is what makes sense as far as a target based off what price is doing, right? And that's why I was only trying to trade back down. I'm not greedy when it comes to it, right? I'm not greedy when it comes to trading. I trade inside prop firms, and I don't need big moves. I don't need a lot going on. So I'm only trying to get back down to this right here. It's PD array right here. Right there. And we trade it right there. Right? That's all I'm trying to do. Right? And here we go here off of, I traded off of that order block right there. Right here. This order block right here. When we came up to this order block, wick down, right? When this next candle touched that order block right there, I traded off of this order block right there, back down to this right there. I was right there at that low right there. Boop, that candle right there is what got me out. Right there, to that low right there. That's all the far I was trying to go. I wasn't trying to go any further than that. Right? I wasn't trying to force this low down here. Right? I wasn't even trying to force filling the fair value gap. Right? It went a whole lot farther. You know what I'm saying? It went a lot farther than I expected, but it didn't get to that low. Right? So hopefully that makes sense as far as like what I'm looking at when I be talking about like a protected low or protected high. It's just based off of, you know what I'm saying, we've come to a certain point in price. Is price showing me that it's ready to attack that? Right? And at this point, it was showing me it's not ready to attack that. Because based off where we was at, right, coming out of this macro time and the way we spooled to this low, right, there was no reason to stop here outside of the fact that the algorithm did not want that low. And if the algorithm shows me here that it doesn't want that low right here, I'm not going to come back later in this session and try to force that low when we have been dropping all day. Right? We've been dropping all day long. So coming into the end of the day, I'm not going to try to force a new low coming into the end of the day when we've been dropping all day long. Right? Not going to try to force a new low. And then we come here and you see what happens. Right? When we get here to the, let's come over here. Let's do it like this right here so we can see it easy. Let's map out our have I turned them on? All right, so here we are right here. This is inside. So the move that I was looking at here, this is inside the 1515 to 1545 macro, right? So inside the 1515 to 1545 macro, right? This was the move that I capitalized on during that macro, right? So this is that macro there. And then from 1545 to 1600, right? That's the market on close macro. And then from 1510 to 1600, that's the settlement macro, right? And as you see, as we came into the settlement macro, right? As price came into the settlement macro inside the market on close macro, right? What do? We went down took out the liquidity right there at that old low. Remember the old low where we had swept it, had swept the liquidity, came down, took out the liquidity here on the settlement macro, right? Did not take out that new low that we had set after taking that low, right? And then we went back up and started to move on the buy side, right? And if we're moving on the buy side, right, what are we doing, right? What do we do when we went below that low? We started to distribute, right? We went into a distribution phase, right? We started to distribute positions, right? Because see the reaction after we hit it, see the reaction there? Same thing here. Once we came below this low, right, we started to distribute positions down here. See the reaction off of it? Bloop, bloop, right? Now, and it's like, don't get it confused with accumulation and distribution. You like, Tim, it's going up and you saying you distributing. Yes, I'm talking distributing in the sense of offsetting positions, right? It's offsetting short positions, distributing these positions below a old low, right? And that's going to create a reaction in the market, right? When you're getting up off of that many positions, the algorithm is when the elephant step in the pool, the water gonna move. So when we came down here below this low, we get that reaction. It's distributing or offsetting positions, right? Come all the way back up where? Above that high. Boop. Take that high out, right? Right. When we take that high out, what's that? That's giving us a bullish break in market structure, right? Then we come all the way back down, right? During the macro time, right? We trade and then market on close, we dip below that old low one more time. Just in case anybody that said, ha, you didn't get me, is taking off and they move their stops up to that old low. Ha, I got you. All right. And then distribute more positions because there's your reaction out of the market. Right. Moving back up. Okay. I hear my family out there. And as soon as I heard them out there, my stomach started to growl. Right. So we're going to end it there. Hopefully this helps somebody. I would ask if anybody got anything, but I won't because my stomach is growling and I am hungry. Before we get out of here, let's hear from our lovely sponsors. All right, traders. Are you oh, wait a minute. Let's get it right. All right, traders. Are you tired of sifting through endless noise in public forums, missing out on crucial market moves because you're not in the loop? Feeling isolated and lacking a supportive trading community? Struggling to find consistent, actionable trade ideas? Then you'll need to step your game up and join our exclusive private trading Discord. Click on the link that's pinned to the top of the chat or click on the link in the description below. And pick your tier, and we'll see you inside the gang. Hey, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Tim's Tidbits. If you got something out of this, please hit the like button. If you got something out of this, please share it with somebody else that trades, invest, anything. Tell them to come over here and learn how to read this price action. Right? Tell them to come through. Coming through with them to do. Tell them to come through and hang out with us, man. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is my 18th anniversary. Tomorrow is my 18th anniversary. Chris. Oh, that's you? Oh, I was trying to see if you was here. Yeah, because I heard somebody bumping around and you didn't stick your head in the room. Tell your mom to stick her head in here real quick. Hey. What's up? Some people were saying happy anniversary.
Hey, y'all. Happy anniversary.
No, they say
I
happy
mean,
anniversary to you, baby.
Thank you. Hey, and thank you. That's what I meant. I said happy anniversary, but
She
thank
said
you.
she said hey and thank. I'm pretty sure y'all heard her. But
I was
yeah,
trying to be loud enough so they can hear me.
yeah, they can hear you. They pick up pretty good.
Okay.
But tomorrow is our anniversary, and so I'll be on in the morning to do the tape reading with the gang at 9, but I won't be doing no price action recap, and I will not be doing a Q&A this Sunday. Right? 18 years, and on his 18th birthday, find out he wasn't his. I ain't saying she 18 years, right? 18 years. So, we're gonna be hanging out all weekend. So I ain't doing no Q&A Sunday. So, y'all won't see me until Monday at 6 p.m. And the gang for the Diamond members, y'all will see me tomorrow morning at 9, and then Monday morning at 9. Right? Till the next time y'all see me, y'all take it easy, man. Remember, it's your boy, Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. Aranya Grande. That just mean Big Spider if you don't hablo español. Y'all be safe out here in these trading streets, man.